Today I played with the travel apps a bit, propped my camcorder up on a tripod in the passenger seat and recorded way too much footage. The first stop was at the East Dump, where I found out that I had loaded up 750 pounds of sod, which, incidentally, can't be composted. Roots don't want to die. And then it was off to the only place in town I could find that had the structural lumber I needed in stock. I didn't shave because I wasn't going to be on stream. Forgot about YouTube, I guess. Most of what I shot today I had intended on being tiny clips in a larger garage lift video, which will come later, but I had such an amazing experience with the guy who helped me load these beams that I wanted to produce this video separately. That noise you just heard was the very loud generator running in the background. I had to pass the audio through software filters to remove most of the rumbling and make the discussion at all audible. I'd initially thought I would put the lumber on top of the van, but as it was brought over, the sheer mass of it quickly changed my mind on that. I'll probably say this more than once, this guy was amazing with that forklift. It says 24 on the left stack because those are 24 feet long. He's working with the business end, the part stuck in my van, being over 30 feet away from where he's sitting.
You want it in that corner? Yeah.
Even here he stops, noticing some resistance from the strap in the middle, and gets out to check what's going on. Having already underestimated the sheer mass of these beams, I also underestimated how long they were, and they ended up right at the fulcrum, the tipping point, at the back of the van. No way could I drive with them like this.
We can cut these straps, get these ones on top of here. We can get another hold on in this way, another foot at least. And then we'll have the extra weight of these ones on top. That'll keep it from tipping. Right there. So if we can, some way to cut this.
This was a little presumptive on my part, assuming that he would be willing and able to continue helping me load these beams. Luckily for me, he was. And he was also respectful enough to let me use his tool, something I very rarely run into.
Yeah, push these. Push these ones forward.
It sounds like I'm being a bit curt here. Just remember there was that incredibly loud generator running and both of us were having trouble hearing anything. Just watch what he does with the forklift here. His skill is incredible.
Right there. That's not going to tip you.
We both gave it a good push to make sure it was inside the van enough that it wouldn't easily tip. And then out of nowhere, he decides to help again by restrapping these beams.
Very slow drive. Thank you so much.
Well, this is probably a bad idea. Okay, we're a little heavier right now.
That bump you heard, and will hear again, is the way these beams respond to sudden vertical shifts. You can see an example of this with my drywall square, how dramatically it bends after a sharp upward motion. Now imagine that with 1,000 pounds of lumber that I just spent $1,000 on, and you'll quickly understand why I ended up going so slowly.
Yeah, you're gonna want to go around me there, Mr. Nissan. There you go. Okay, now I'm on Glenmore with 10 feet sticking out my back. Okay, here we're a straight shot to elbow. 75, that's too fast. Okay, I saw that truck bump. Saw that car bump. There, bump managed at 29K. Woo-wee, I'm cruising. That was 50. Let's back off that a bit. If you're gonna pass on the right, I can't get out of the way. Okay, that's just a rumble. Rumbles are okay. Okay. Got the lane I needed. Oh, here we go.
After the first couple of big bumps, I couldn't help but drive the rest of the way with my hand holding down the lumber.
Signaling doesn't do a lot when you have your hazards on. Wait for that guy to go past. It's not like driving a trailer, it doesn't follow you. If I turn 90, I have suddenly gotten 10 feet wider out the back end.
Not as though I could actually do anything to prevent them from going anywhere if they so decided.
Worst bump of the whole trip right here.
But it made me feel like I had a better handle on the situation.
Easy! First try. $128 inches.
The first four were 9.5 inches by 22 feet. Awkward enough that it made sense to measure to find the center, but a manageable load.
I'm a food vlogger.
After, though, I was starting to feel the weight, and I knew these 24-foot would be more heavy and more awkward. This is my second I really, really don't want to pause. And this is my third. There are some jobs and some days that no part of you wants to do. It's important to recognize those times, take a short pause to recompose yourself, and find a way to get back to work. There's nothing wrong with the feeling that makes you want to stop or avoid the work altogether, so long as you still get done what you need to do, especially when others are depending on you. For me, my concrete contractor was coming the next day, and he was depending on me getting the garage raised enough that his crew could do the work they needed to do. I spent another 7 hours on stream this same day working the lumber into position, and then 9 more the next day finalizing the beams and actually lifting the garage. Stay tuned for that in an upcoming video.